Walk into any pharmacy this week and look closely. Entire shelves are emptier than they were 6 months ago. Joseph here, and I'm telling you, 10 everyday survival items are quietly vanishing from store shelves, and most won't exist next year. Stay till the end because I'll show you the 3-3-3 survival rule that most families never learn until it is too late. Smash that subscribe button right now before you miss this. Number 10, Nitrile medical gloves. Nitrile medical gloves are the strong blue or black gloves that doctors, nurses, dentists, and home caregivers wear to protect their hands from blood, germs, chemicals, and infections. And unlike old-style latex gloves, nitrile gloves do not cause allergic reactions, which is why the Centers for Disease Control and Prevention recommends them as the safest choice for medical use. Before COVID-19, a box of 100 nitrile gloves cost only $3 to $5 at Costco, Walmart, and Sam's Club. During the 2020 to 2021 pandemic, prices exploded to as high as $32 per box according to Forbes. And even today, after the worst panic has passed, a quality 100-count box still sells for $12 to $22, 3 to 4 times the pre-pandemic price. According to the U.S. Trade Representative, tariffs on medical-grade nitrile gloves imported from China rose to 50% in January 2025 and doubled to 100% in January 2026, making Chinese gloves nearly 2 times as expensive as before. Second, geopolitical tensions involving Iran and the Strait of Hormuz have hurt the supply of NBR, nitrile butadiene rubber, the key petrochemical needed to make these gloves. Third, retail giants like Costco, Sam's Club, and Walmart have sharply reduced the number of nitrile glove boxes on their shelves as pandemic demand cooled, replacing them with cheap vinyl or plastic gloves that medical experts at the Cleveland Clinic clearly say tear easily and offer almost no real protection. Number 9, manual can opener. A manual can opener is the small hand tool with a turning handle and a sharp metal wheel that opens canned food without electricity, batteries, or any technology. And it has been one of the most trusted kitchen items in homes since the 1930s, when companies like Swing Away began making them in St. Louis, Missouri. In the 1990s and early 2000s, a real American-made Swing Away manual can opener cost only $4 to $6 at any hardware store or Walmart, and you could find a basic generic version for as little as $2. Today, the same Swing Away model, now made overseas, sells for $12 to $18 on Amazon and at Walmart, while heavy-duty models like the EasyDUZ IT cost $20 to $25, and the original American-made vintage versions now sell on eBay as collector items for $30 to $50. A 2024 retail trend report from Kitchenware News showed that manual can openers are losing shelf space fast as stores push expensive electric openers, $40 to $80, smart kitchen gadgets, and pull-tab can designs instead. Number 8, hydrogen peroxide. Hydrogen peroxide is the cheap brown bottle of clear liquid that fizzes when poured on a cut, and for nearly 100 years, grandmothers, school nurses, and dentists have used it to clean wounds, rinse mouths, and disinfect surfaces. A decade ago, a 16-ounce bottle of 3% hydrogen peroxide cost only 89 cents to $1.25 at Walmart, CVS, and Dollar Tree, sometimes even sold for under $1. Today, the same bottle now sells for $2.50 to $4, and a 32-ounce bottle that used to cost $1.50 now runs $5 to $7 at most drugstores, nearly 4 times the old price. The biggest reason is changing medical advice. In recent years, the American Academy of Family Physicians and several major hospital systems have started recommending plain saline or clean water for cleaning wounds instead of peroxide because new studies show peroxide can slow healing in deep cuts. Replaced with expensive wound sprays, antiseptic wipes, and brand name cleansers that cost 5 to 10 times more for the same job. Do you still keep a brown bottle of hydrogen peroxide at home, or have you already replaced it with sprays and wipes? Tell me in the comments. Number 7, medical adhesive tape. Medical adhesive tape is the soft, sticky cloth or paper tape that holds bandages, gauze, and dressings firmly in place on a wound. And even though it looks simple, it is one of the most quietly important items in any home, ambulance, or hospital. A few years ago, a single roll of basic 3M Micro, Pour, or Johnson & Johnson medical tape cost only $1.50 to $3 at any drugstore, and a 6-roll pack was around $8 to $10. Today, the same single roll often sells for $4 to $7, and a 6-pack now ranges from $18 to $28 at Walgreens, CVS, and online, meaning prices have more than doubled in just 5 years. A 2024 supply chain report found that 42% of medical tape manufacturers reported lead times of 10 to 16 weeks for essential raw materials such as non-woven substrates, polyethylene liners, and silicone polymers, with most coming from petroleum-based suppliers in Asia and the Middle East. Drugstores like CVS and Rite Aid are giving more shelf space to fancy pre-cut adhesive bandages and waterproof wound patches because they earn higher profit per box than a simple roll of medical tape. Many shoppers wrongly believe ordinary household tapes like Scotch tape, duct tape, or masking tape can do the same job. But doctors at the Mayo Clinic clearly warn that non-medical tapes contain harsh glues that can damage skin, trap bacteria inside a wound, and cause serious infection within hours. Number 6, respirator masks. Respirator masks, especially the kind labeled N95, KN95, or FFP2, are tight-fitting masks designed to filter out at least 95% of tiny dust particles, smoke, viruses, and chemical droplets from the air you breathe, and the National Institute for Occupational Safety and Health, NIOSH, is the official body that certifies which masks are real and which are fake. Before COVID-19, a single 3M N95 mask cost less than $1 at hardware stores like Home Depot and Lowe's, and a 10-pack was around $8 to $10. During the 2020 panic, prices exploded as high as $6 to $7 per single mask, with some sellers charging $20 or more. And today, even after demand has cooled, a quality NIOSH-certified N95 still costs $1.50 to $2.50 per mask, and a 10-pack runs $18 to $30 at Costco and Walmart, far above pre-pandemic prices. A 2024 report from the Government Accountability Office warned that we are still dangerously dependent on foreign factories, mostly in China, for mask materials and finished products. Now, retail giants like Costco, Walmart, and Home Depot have quietly cut back their N95 stock as public demand dropped after the pandemic, replacing them with cheap cloth masks that medical experts at Johns Hopkins University clearly say do almost nothing against viruses or wildfire smoke. With wildfire smoke now reaching cities like New York and Chicago every summer, and with health officials warning of future pandemics, owning even 5 N95 masks at home is no longer paranoid. Number 5, petroleum jelly. Petroleum jelly, sold most famously as Vaseline, is a thick, clear ointment, first discovered in 1859 by chemist Robert Chesbrough, who noticed oil workers using it to heal cuts, burns, and dry skin, and over 165 years later, doctors still trust it as one of the safest healing barriers in the world. A decade ago, a 13-ounce tub of original Vaseline petroleum jelly cost only $2.50 to $3.50 at Walmart and CVS, and a 7.5-ounce jar was around $1.50. Today, the same 13-ounce tub now sells for $6 to $9, and the small 7.5-ounce jar costs $4 to $5, meaning prices have more than doubled in 10 years. The biggest reason is the global clean beauty shift. Over 28% of European consumers now avoid petroleum jelly because they see it as a fossil fuel byproduct, and a 2024 industry report by Mintel showed similar pressure now building in North American markets. Big stores like CVS and Walgreens are giving more shelf space to expensive trendy creams, plant-based balms, and luxury moisturizers that earn 3 to 5 times more profit per jar than a classic blue tub of Vaseline. A 2024 Nielsen retail report showed that traditional petroleum jelly tubs lost almost 22% of their shelf space in major chains over 2 years. Do you still keep a tub of Vaseline at home, or have expensive creams replaced it in your bathroom cabinet? Comment below. Number 4, Mylar emergency blanket. A Mylar emergency blanket is that thin, shiny silver sheet that looks like crinkled aluminum foil, but can actually save a person's life by reflecting up to 90% of their body heat back to them, according to NASA, which originally invented this material in 1964 for the space program. Years ago, a single Mylar blanket cost only $1 to $2 at any hardware store, drugstore, or sporting goods shop, and a pack of 10 was around $8 to $12. Today, a single quality Mylar blanket sells for $4 to $6, and a 10-pack now ranges from $18 to $30 on Amazon and Walmart, almost 3 times the old price. Most Mylar film is produced in China and South Korea, and a 2024 supply review by the National Emergency Management Association noted that Mylar blanket stock in major retail stores has been shrinking, partly because of rising tariffs on Chinese plastic and metal-coated film imports. Stores prefer to sell thicker, pricier fleece blankets and trendy weighted blankets that take up more shelf space and bring 5 to 10 times more profit per item. The Federal Emergency Management Agency, FEMA, still lists Mylar blankets as a top 5 item every household should own, but the average family does not have even one. Number 3. Water purification tablets. Water purification tablets are tiny pills, usually made of chlorine dioxide or iodine, that you drop into a bottle of dirty water to kill bacteria, viruses, and parasites within 30 minutes, turning unsafe water into something your family can actually drink. 5 to 7 years ago, a pack of 30 Aquatabs cost only $5 to $7 at REI, Walmart, and Amazon, and a 50 tablet pack was about $10. Today, the same 30 pack often sells for $12 to $18, and the 50 pack jumps to $22 to $30, meaning prices have nearly tripled since 2018. They earn very little profit. CVS, Walgreens, and big box chains like Target push expensive plastic filter bottles, Life straw products, and home filter pitchers that sell for $30 to $60 instead of a $12 tablet pack. The U.S. Environmental Protection Agency has tightened rules on certain chemical formulas, which has caused some smaller brands to quietly stop production altogether. The real problem is that filter bottles and pitchers cannot kill viruses like norovirus or hepatitis A, while a single tablet costing under 50 cents can. Number 2. Sterile gauze rolls. Sterile gauze rolls are the soft white bandages that doctors and mothers have used for over 100 years to cover deep cuts, stop heavy bleeding, protect burns, and keep open wounds clean from infection. Just a few years ago, a single sterile gauze roll cost only $1.50 to $3 at any drugstore, and a pack of 10 rolls was around $8 to $12. Today, a single sterile roll often sells for $4 to $6, and the same 10-pack now costs $22 to $35 at Walmart, CVS, and online, an increase of nearly 200%. According to a 2023 report from the U.S. Food and Drug Administration, China alone produces more than 60% of the world's medical gauze, which means any factory shutdown, shipping delay, or trade dispute can empty shelves within weeks. Recent tariff hikes on Chinese medical imports in 2024 and 2025 have made shipping costs explode, and 42% of medical tape and gauze manufacturers reported supply chain delays of 10 to 16 weeks for essential materials in 2024 alone, according to industry data. The American Hospital Association has warned that medical supply chains in 2025 are still fragile, and Cardinal Health, one of the biggest U.S. distributors, publicly listed sterile gauze among its high-risk shortage items. Do you have sterile gauze rolls in your first aid kit right now, or only small band-aids? Tell me in the comments. Number 1. Oral Rehydration Salts, ORS. Oral Rehydration Salts, or ORS, are simple little packets of sugar and salt that you mix into a glass of clean water to save someone losing too much fluid from diarrhea, vomiting, heat stroke, or food poisoning. The World Health Organization openly calls this mixture one of the greatest medical discoveries of the last 100 years, and WHO records show ORS has saved over 50 million lives since 1978, with around 1 million children still being saved by it every single year. A few years ago, you could pick up a single ORS packet at any pharmacy for just 25 cents to 50 cents, and a full box of 10 sachets cost only around $3 to $5. Today, the same packet often sells for $1.50 to $2 each, and a box has jumped to $12 to $18 on Amazon and Walgreens, a price increase of nearly 300% in only 5 years. A 2024 IQVIA market report found that traditional ORS packet sales dropped nearly 38% in just 3 years because companies like CVS, Walgreens, and Walmart now push expensive, ready-to-drink electrolyte bottles, fancy hydration powders, and sports drinks that bring in 3 to 5 times more profit per unit than a humble ORS packet. The 3-3-3 survival rule. The human body can survive about 3 minutes without air, 3 hours without shelter in harsh weather, 3 days without water, and 3 weeks without food, which means in any real emergency, water matters nearly 7 times more than food. Yet most families stockpile canned goods and completely forget water purification, leaving them helpless within 72 hours of a crisis. These small survival items may look ordinary, but in an emergency, they can protect your family, save food, and prevent costly mistakes. Check your home today, stock what is missing, and don't wait for empty shelves. If this video helped you, subscribe now for more urgent survival updates every week.